Welcome to Couch Conversations, the space where real talk meets God talk.
We're two best friends who love Jesus, deep convos, and a whole lot of laughs.
From relationships and faith to the messy middle of adulting, we're chatting about it all right here on the couch.
So grab your snacks, get cozy, and let's get into it. This is Couch Conversations.
What's up, y'all, and welcome back to another episode of Couch Conversations. We're your hosts, Deja
And Kelsey.
and we're so glad to have you back with us again on the couch. Now, today, we're going to be talking about what it means to rest as a Black woman. Is it a thing? Is it? It's a thing. We're going to take a deep dive into just the whole idea of rest and why sometimes it is hard for us as Black women to rest and the guilt that sometimes come behind it. So we're going to jump into it. You ready?
Let's go. Let's do it.
Let's do it. So when was the last time you rested without feeling guilty?
The last time I rested without feeling guilty was probably maybe 2-3 weeks ago, actually. Because I just felt my body just getting like really tired, like mentally and physically tired, and it was due to like the workload, the current workload at work, and the different fires that we're having to put out. That seems like they're just getting bigger by the day. But yeah, welcome to local government. So what I did was that weekend I just said I'm not going to do any adulting, no chores. I'm just going to get up, shower, get dressed, and get me something to eat. I'm gonna sit on my couch and I'm gonna watch TV. I'm gonna read. I'm gonna just relax.
Yeah.
And be okay with relaxing. Like, yeah, I had things I needed to do. Of course, we always have things we need
They'll
to do.
still be there.
Right. But I'm just like, if I'm not rested, well rested, how can I complete those tasks? How can I continue to show up at work?
Right.
How can I perform to the best of my ability? And just like, how can I show up in general if I'm not taking care of myself?
Right.
So
Right. For me, I'm trying to think. This is weird. Maybe last weekend. It seemed like my weeks are like running together. But maybe it was last weekend. Hopefully I'm not lying. If it wasn't last weekend, it was the weekend before last. And it was kind of like unintentional. But I guess that's a good thing. It was unintentionally intentional, I guess. Because that Saturday, I don't think no, it definitely wasn't last weekend.
yeah, I was thinking
It wasn't last weekend. I was pulling Anyway, so it had to be the weekend before that. I definitely didn't do anything. Like, I woke up probably that Saturday morning, and it was one of those things, like, you know how you wake up and then you go back to sleep, and that second sleep be so much deeper than the first. So I did that. And I don't think I really left the bed that day. My fiance figured out stuff to eat, and that was it. I, binge watched my shows, and of course, like you said, there was stuff to do. I probably needed to clean up. There probably was homework for me to do. It was probably something for me to do. But I definitely, I got comfortable. I said, this feels kind of good. And I didn't feel bad about it. I didn't. I think, like, either my mom or dad called me. It was like, you still in the bed? Yeah.
They love to ask that. Like, yeah, I'm resting. It's the weekend.
It's the weekend. I done work Monday through Friday. I deserve.
Well, you better not say they're gonna be like, well, I did.
I ain't do. I'm rest. So at least give me this little 30-minute break, because the weekends fly by at the blink of an eye. So I didn't feel bad. My fiance didn't bother me. He did his own thing. He was on the game. He was watching games, doing what I probably got up once to watch a game with him. But other than that, I didn't feel bad at all. I actually felt good. I think the next day I did get up and do what I needed to do. But I told him, I was like, it really felt good to not do anything and not let my never ending to-do list consume me, where I felt bad about not doing anything. And we actually did that, sad to say, earlier this year. We actually, like, one week, or weekend I should say, early in the week, we was like, all right, Saturday, we're not gonna do nothing. We're gonna stay in bed, binge watch TV, DoorDash, and just spend time together. End up taking naps together, but it felt good not doing anything. But yeah, most recently it was the weekend before last.
Okay. So with that, why do you think Black women specifically struggle to rest without guilt?
Because it's so embedded into us, even from childhood, that you always have to be doing something. And if you're not doing something, if you sitting around, you're lazy and you're not being productive, or there's always something to do. So it has been so ingrained into us. Like, it's kind of like we're hardwired to believe like we always have to be on go. So that's why I feel like a lot of Black women feel guilty when it does come time to rest, or they struggle with it. Like, you may be sitting down and then you think, oh, like, dang, I need to be doing this. I need to be, doing that. Or say you may take a day off work, right? And usually when you take off work, you're supposed to do stuff that you enjoy or nothing at all. But sometimes we take those days to catch up on those to-do lists, and you don't never get a time to relax. But it's definitely been hardwired into us from, like, birth, that you always should be doing stuff. And then of course society, it already gets looked at that we're lazy and we don't work hard, and it's like you constantly pushing to do more, so that people realize just like your worth, and just realize like you're not just this person just wasting away your life and stuff like that.
I agree. And I think I even want to break it down further. Like, just think about generations. I feel like the generations before us look at us as lazy, because we don't want to do XYZ, because that's how they did it. And I think,
and they didn't even want to do it. If we be honest,
they did because they had to, right? But you don't have to do something. Everything is a choice. But as a Black woman, and Black women specifically, we struggle with it because, like you said, it has become a norm where if you're sitting down too long, you're not getting anything done, and you're lazy. You just laying around. And it's like, even if you just sit down for 5 minutes, why are you sitting down?
Right.
And then I think when we do those things and we're laying around too long, we start not bashing, but criticizing ourselves, or what's the word I'm looking for? Not bashing,
judging?
but not judging. Oh my gosh. I see the word. I see it. Being hard on ourselves.
Yeah.
And just beating ourselves up and being like, girl, you need to get up and do this. You need to get up and do that.
Yeah.
But then our body is telling us, no, you need to be doing what you're doing now. It's resting.
And speaking of that with your body, why it's only when like something happens, like our body shut down, is when people are okay with us resting. Like, well, you should have been sitting down, you should have been resting. But when I try to, it's a problem.
And don't miss and do it too long.
Okay.
Don't do it like, because like I said, I rested recently, and I honestly did it 2 weekends in a row, and I felt fine after that. So it's just like, we shouldn't feel guilty for doing what's best for our bodies, our mind, and just also anybody that's attached to us. Because if I'm not well rested, and I have other stressors going on as well,
You're gonna burn out.
Everybody gonna feel it.
Yeah.
Everybody's gonna feel it. And you try not to do that, but it's kind of hard to not do that.
Yeah.
But I just think we struggle to rest because of the norms and how people may categorize us as lazy. We don't want to do anything. We just want to lollygag around and things like that.
And people don't realize rest is recovery.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you're constantly doing stuff 24/7 and never giving your body time to regulate and recover from that, you're gonna burn out. People don't realize that's how so many health issues come into play, because you're not giving your body time to get back to a normal state, whether that's like mental rest, physical rest, all of those things, because those play into like your hormones, your metabolism, all of that stuff. And I ain't trying to go into science,
but I mean, it's the truth.
Yeah, you need that. And like, you wonder why your blood pressure always up. You wonder why you're always having these cravings. You wonder why your hair's falling out. Like, all of this stuff, it boils down to rest. Like, of course, other stuff play a part into it, but people don't realize the importance of rest for your body in general.
Yeah, and that just made me think of something like, if we don't rest, we're always going to be in survival mode and always fight or flight.
Yep.
And there's a third one. Was it fight, flight?
Oh my gosh! And I was just talking about it today on my training. Fight, flight, or
it's not finished. It's something that's like kind of in the middle. When we think of, we'll shout it out. But and y'all might know, so if you know what it is, just drop it in the chat, the comments, wherever you're watching. But
it's been a long week.
Girl. But yeah, we're always gonna be in survival mode. So it's just like, if we don't know how to turn that off for a second, like you said, that can lead to health, long-term health concerns or issues, conditions, and other things. It can lead to an early grave.
Yes, we don't see a lot of people. Young people are dying,
leading to mental health issues.
Yes, yes, it plays a part in so much. So rest is not lazy; it's recovery. So, do you feel like if you don't do it, it won't get done? And where did that mindset even start?
Part of me says yes. And the reason being, it goes back to what you said earlier about how it's been ingrained in us as from childhood. And also, I think it comes from being raised in a single parent household as well. Like, my mama gonna get it done regardless. I mean, that's a good thing as well, because it shows like you're determined to get something. You're not just gonna let it go off to the side or whatever. But, and I think it also helps with not really being dependent on someone as well. But at the same time, it could possibly result in you not asking for help when you need it. And not asking for time to just do nothing or sit when you need it. So it's like you're just constantly going and going and going, making sure it's getting done, because it has to get done regardless. Because I mean, if it doesn't, then
who gonna do
it? But the other part of me is like, it will get done. I may not be the one to do it. And I think this, like, kind of related, but also having someone who can maybe provide like acts of service. And I think we might have talked about this on a previous episode, but I didn't know, like, prior to my current relationship, that acts of service would be high on my list as far as my like love languages, until I met my current boyfriend. Like, it's just like, cause I'm gonna be like, okay, I go do this and do that, and he'd be like, no. Like one time, one time we were coming out of Bad Daddy's burger restaurant, and I just picked up the bags and everything. And he was like, "Oh, so you want?" He said something small. I was like, "Huh?" And I was like, "I'm just, just used to just. It's just like natural. So it's core memory, whatever." I just picked the bag up and I was walking on,
diddly daddly on.
Right. I was like, "Oh, but would you like the bag?" He's like, "Nah, you got it. Don't be Miss Independent." I was like, "My bad. I'm just." I mean, I know that you'll do these things, but it's just like we just naturally do it. You don't really think about it. So like
that's because you didn't have nobody to do it for you.
That too. So it's like I try to allow him to do those things because that's what he wants to do, and it's also allowing me to rest.
Yeah.
On being so independent. It also could be an only child thing too. Yeah. Well, technically I'm not an only child, but in my head I'm the only child. Anyway. But I think, where was I going with this? Oh, I think, yes. So like I said, part of me feels like it won't get done, but then the other part is it will get done, especially if you have the help.
You're
right. Where you're allowed to rest and not have to lift a finger, or you're allowed to not do as much as you would have done because you have someone who's there to possibly help you. Or if you don't have someone there to help you, like just maybe prioritizing things. You don't have to do everything all at once.
Right.
If it's not important at the moment, it can wait. Or just maybe don't try and do A through D. A through D, like all at once. Maybe just do A for today. You got it done. Okay, do B tomorrow. That's just like if you're cleaning up your home. Don't try and do all the rooms in one day, because that is tough. Listen. I will sit down real quick. I'm gonna sit down for and 5 minutes. And then 5 minutes turns to an hour. Or I'll be like, I'm gonna sit down till 6 o'clock.
And 6 o'clock turns to tomorrow.
I see 6 or I'm like, oh no, it's past 6. And now
like that.
And it's 6:31.
That was me today. Oh my god.
And I was just like, well, I keep missing my time, so I'm just continuing here.
Let me just, because it gets overwhelming.
It does.
It gets very overwhelming. Just like, you know what? I'll just go to sleep.
Right. I'll just do it tomorrow. But like I said, if you're trying to clean like an entire home, that's a lot. So even if like being intentional, maybe just doing something for 30 minutes a day, that doesn't mean it's going to be the entire room that you clean. Even if it's just picking up something, putting it back in its original spot or whatever. If you just dedicate 30 minutes to doing something, it will add up and you will have eventually cleaned your entire home
without stressing yourself out.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
I have felt like if I don't do it, it won't get done. And that part of it comes from, like you said, well, I didn't come from a single parent household, but I was raised to have the idea of you don't depend on a man for nothing. Like you do it, you make sure you're able to do everything for yourself, so you don't have to depend on nobody to do it for you. And it's like that's a lot. That's a lot of pressure. That's a lot of pressure. I'm like, I don't even want to do this now. So you saying like if I have a man, I can't depend on him? And so like having that so deeply ingrained into me, like you have to be basically self-sufficient for yourself, and like I said, don't depend on nobody to do it for you. So that is the mindset that I've always had. Like, shoot, I'll go do it myself. Listen, as a teenager, like me picking up big furniture, rearranging my room because I want it done right here, and I can't depend on nobody. Or actually trying to depend on someone, and they don't pick up their feet and move.
And they're not dependable.
Not dependable. So it's like, dang, that's why I don't ask somebody for nothing, because when I ask for something, it doesn't get done, or it doesn't get done how I want it or need it to be done. So those are two things that plays a part in that. And like you said, like you said, it comes from like being only child, and I think it comes from being like only child. Only would you say only children or only child? Only child. What? I'm trying to say only children and firstborn children. Often there's a lot of similarities like in those, because I would say even as like an oldest child, there's so much responsibility put on me. Like I feel like, older children, the eldest always get adultified as kids and responsibility on them as kids. And that's just, I don't know, maybe that's just like our culture or something, but you do get adultified like as a kid, because you're responsible for making sure your siblings are straight, making sure certain things are straight in the household, and stuff like that. So even as a kid, you don't get an opportunity to rest. You're like, okay, I need to do this, and this. And so it's like, that's all I know. But like you said, when you get to say having a relationship with someone that you can depend on, and it's hard to break those habits. You know what? And especially when you've been doing it for 20 odd years, it's like, okay, like I'm about what, almost 4 years into my relationship. So 4 years compared to doggone 25 years, that's hard. That's a lot of unlearning and relearning, and stuff like that. Like you said, something as simple as grabbing the bags when we out. And I'm like, what are you doing? Like when we leave out a about to leave out a restaurant, he gets up first to grab everything, and he grabs my hand to go.
Not even like touching the door to go inside. Why are you touching the door?
Why are you touching the door?
My bad, I forgot.
No, like we really fussing at me, like, bro, move out the way. I'm like, okay, like I don't do stuff like pumping my gas. And like if I'm by myself and I only got 2 miles, I'm pump my gas. Right. But I don't get like women who will never mind.
I know what she was about to say. Go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. Never mind. But
yeah. Yeah. I don't. But hey, if that works for you, hey.
Some people take stuff to the. Anyway,
but then I'm not gonna go off on a tangent, because see, that's my problem. But go ahead.
We'll talk about it next. But yeah, like for example, when I had my program that I was in early this year on Sundays, being there for 12 hours, and thank God.
You did, girl.
I made it. I made it. I don't know how, but I made it.
By the grace of God.
By the grace of God. Because listen, we'll come home and my people think I got jumped because I'm walking. Like,
was that the same time you was that the same time you misintrolled to the old? It was something.
Yes. I drove to the old apartment because I was so tired. Oh my gosh. I really almost cried. That's how tired I was. And I was like, dang, this is an extra like 10 minutes on my drive. But like him taking the time every day, because for when I had homework every Sunday, I never had to come home. All I had to do was come home, take my shower, and eat. He cleaned up, cooked dinner for us, put it away. All I had to do, my homework, if I didn't do it already, and eat. And that's it. So somebody who's taking a load off of me so that I can rest and recover from just so much. So yeah, I feel like I went on a tangent, but
no, I mean that makes sense. Also, so not related to that part, but the earlier part, it made me think of, I think we also, if we have a specific way of doing things, we don't really want nobody. We don't want anyone else. I'm trying to be grammatically correct here. This is our education. That's what I'm always blaming on. But if we do things a certain way, we don't want others to do it. High key don't want others to do it.
Right. Especially if they're not going to do it.
They're going to do it. just like at that point, just let me do it. Like I'm gonna use my mama for example. Love you, mama. But like I'm like the holidays. Holidays are mostly at our house. Family come over, come out of town, whatever. And of course, it's gonna be a bunch of dishes because you don't need all this cooking, all this eating off the plates and stuff. And when we finish eating, my mom wants to go ahead and start cleaning up the kitchen right then. Because why are we keeping this food out so long? Why are we prolonging all this stuff?
Right.
Like we already got Kiki's ha-has out.
Because I want to rest now. All that work.
Everybody's stomach full. Like what we doing? We're not gonna keep this food out until 11 o'clock at night.
Oh no.
And so like it would be offered. Not me, because you know I'm always helping my mom when I go home. But it'll be offered to her to clean the kitchen. Mine is not right then. It's like 3, 4 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours later.
Oh no, I'm gonna do it myself.
And yeah, my mama would literally just get up and just start doing it because she's just like, "What are you sitting around for?
Right.
You done got it from the table, got your stomach full. You done went in the den, start looking at TV, and going to sleep, and this stuff still sitting here in this kitchen looking like it's looking."
And how I know you gonna after you sleep, how you gonna get up and put up the stuff? How I know you gonna do that?
And wash the dishes properly to where it's not greasy or anything. Like, don't be half washing the dishes,
right?
Like, where you just take your hand, just roll around. No,
what? You better scrub it up
in there. I'm talking in it. Yeah. So like things like that, like when you know things won't be half done, and they will be done correctly, and things will be put up correctly. If we're just still using that example, it's gonna make you just go ahead and get it done because you know it's not gonna be done right. Because if it's not gonna be done right, now you got to go back and redo it again.
So and you could have just did it the first time,
right?
Yeah. So that reminds me of the example. It's kind of funny. I feel like I told you about this. So my husband to be. One night, I think I had like a lot of homework to do.
Oh yeah, I think we talked about this one.
And I was like, "Hey, babe, I love you, baby." I said, "Hey, babe, can you put up the food for me?" And she was like, "Yeah, no problem." So I had cooked like collars or something in like the pressure cooker. So I think like the next day I was going to use the pressure cooker to use something. I was like, "Where is the insert to the thing? And where's the lid?" I'm like, "Where's the lid?" I'm going crazy. I opened up the refrigerator. This man took the insert out the Instapot and put the lid on and put it in the refrigerator. And I didn't know to be upset or to laugh because I was like, bruh, what did you do? I was like, you know what? I asked him to do it, and he did it. He did it in his way, but he did it. And I guess part of like resting and allowing somebody to do stuff for you so that you can rest is relinquishing that control of it and just be grateful that they did it. Even though it may not be how you would have done it. But it's just like, okay. Because he could have just left it there. And then I would have been upset because why you didn't do it, I asked you. But he did it. But that just reminded me of your example for just like, you know, asking somebody to do it, but you're like, they ain't gonna do it how I want to do it.
And then that also makes me think like, what if someone sees that you have a lot going on, but they don't take the time to offer to do something?
Right.
So it's just like you can't really rest then because like somebody clearly sees that you just got a lot on your plate and
you don't even take initiative.
They either asking you like or being like, well, I was waiting for you to tell me.
Well, I gotta tell you. If you can see it.
Like me and my mom literally had this conversation. I'm not gonna put her business out there, but she was just telling me about like this person knew what was going on, and I guess they were willing to fix the problem, but they were waiting for her to ask for them to come over to fix the problem. And mind you, she just went ahead and got somebody else to do it.
Yeah.
Because this person was willing to pick up what was needed, bring it to the house, and install it. Whereas this person was like, well, I'll just wait for you to ask. Why did you ask?
But if you know it need to be done, why do I need to ask you? That don't make sense.
But yeah.
Lord.
So why are we able to encourage rest for our friends, but struggle to give ourselves the same grace?
I think it's easy to, I guess, for lack of a better word, solve other people's problems than to focus on ours. Especially if you are a fixer and you are a person who really cares about the people that you're around. So it's easier for you to see your friend burning themselves out and doing too much and needing to take time to rest and relax. And sometimes we don't see that for ourselves until like it gets to the point where our body is telling us to sit down. And it can be a struggle to give ourselves the same grace because of that inner voice in this telling us and judging us like, girl, you being lazy, girl, there's so much for you to do and you not doing nothing, you not being productive with your time. So it's easy for us to look outward, other people's things rather than looking inward and really like letting ourselves know like, girl, it's okay if you sit down. It's okay if you don't get to it today. Like it'll still be there tomorrow. It's okay. So, and like we always say, we always are our own worst critic. And I don't know why it's so hard for us to give ourselves grace. Like we should be the first one to give our own self grace, but like you said, we're always so hard on ourselves, and we want to be the best that we can be and show up as our best selves, and not realizing that we're not showing up as our best selves if we're not taking care of it.
Into the next question.
Is rest safe for you, or does your brain immediately go into you should be doing XYZ mode?
I think it's both, because like you said earlier, since we were children, and whenever I'm trying to rest, it's like, well, you have some things you should be doing. But I think as I've gotten older, more recently, I've been trying to be more intentional about actually resting.
Yeah.
Like, yes, I should be doing, could be doing, but also realizing that I also need to rest. That's just as important as completing the thing that I need to do.
Right.
And I just think about like as children, like you couldn't go do something or go hang with your friends until your chores were complete.
Right.
And they were done
Correctly.
So it's like, and even like now, like, yeah, I've been in my apartment for 5 months. There's still some things I need to unpack.
Right.
But like my place isn't or anything like that. Walking path, and I'm sure it's cleaner than a lot of people places out here. Hello. Okay. But like my mama would say, or you need to move XYZ. I'm like, is it bothering you? I've gotten to that point because I'm just like, I'm gonna get to it when I feel like doing it. It may not be today, it may be tomorrow, but if it's not
my house,
it is okay.
It is okay. That's what I definitely feel that. Like I definitely agree, it is
For me, but like
lot of unlearning to do and rewiring of myself, and just realizing like, girl, it's okay. Like, who if I had drawers on the floor, not saying like that's what we do, but okay, like it ain't hurting nobody. I'm okay with it. Like, clearly it's gonna be there. And stuff like that. So I what? I become more intentional of like, if I want to relax, even if it's me taking a day off. Like sometimes my mom will be like, "Well, why are you taking a day off?" Because I'm too. Isn't that like I'm not working just to not use the day off that they give me? Like what? Like my mom, not telling her business, but this lady had like over 100 and probably more than that. And I'm like, well, why you not using it? Well, I like to have something to do. Why? You don't have to go on the trip just to take leave, because sometimes trips it's not necessarily relaxing, because you trying to get in as much as you can, like why relaxing. But yeah, like sometimes I be very intentional about like, if I feel like I want to take a day off or a sick day, I'm gonna do that. And that's why I appreciate my manager too. Like she's really big on like health and to rest or whatnot, because the job gonna be there. And I promise you, like when you get up on out today, they gonna have somebody right in your skill. So you take your time and get out. But yeah, it sometimes my brain does say like, girl, you should be doing X. There's so much time for you to just sit down and do nothing. And then I have to be like, girl, shut up. Like, I'm gonna kick my feet up, turn on my favorite shows, eat whatever.
What Ari said, I just got a new apartment. I'm gonna leave walk around it.
And nobody. Listen, that's how I felt when that album came out. I think I had just moved. That's all came out. I probably moved to it. I was like, I feel it. Yeah, like I say, it definitely takes some unlearning and rewiring and just being. And I can give that to my fiance, who taught me like that too. Because he taught me like, sit down, doing too much. Like, and I'm like, I don't feel like I'm doing enough. So that's a constant struggle. Like, and sometimes it takes someone else saying that to you, and just be like, "Girl, you doing G, and you don't think you're not doing enough. Like, what world are you living in?" I'm like,
and then
just like thinking about.
So a couple of things, like understanding that we don't have to get everything completed at
time. Right.
If you just take 30 minutes to just clean, it don't matter what it is, just picking stuff up, putting it back in its place.
It don't matter. Yeah.
I just had a thought, but I lost it. Because you were you were saying how your fiance
tells you like to
dang, I lost it. I can't catch it. It's still going. Yeah, it's still flowing like. But yeah, I lost it. Maybe it'll come back to me.
Yeah, it'll come back.
So, what would it look like if you believe that rest
is productive?
It is productive.
I do believe that now. I do believe that now. So, what it looks like for me is being intentional and carving out that time to rest, and not what you found it. I found it.
Yes, and it probably
goes with it.
No.
Well, go ahead and say it before you lose it.
Almost lost it at the end. I was gonna say also, like how you were saying about what your fiance said, even like, we're trying to keep tabs on instead of being like, okay, I at least did one thing, I did something, and that was productive. At least I did that one thing, even if it was just me going to buy groceries. I did that, or even if it was just to the dryer, I did that. Or if I just put the dishes up from out the dishwasher, at least I did that.
Right.
So it's like, as long as you at least do one, what may be small to you may be large to me.
Okay.
But I did something. It may not be everything I needed to do.
Right.
But I did something.
All right. That reminds me.
Actually, it was one time
super overwhelmed with stuff, and I was like, well, I did this, and you was like, well, you did something. You did like you did. You thought you would. So like stuff like that, like changing your perspective on your
thought process when it comes. But going back to
what it looks like,
ice maker. Girl, imagine being like sleep or just in here, like in my bedroom.
Listen, that's why I turn mine off, because it scared me too bad. But what it will look like if I believe that rest is productive. So,
like I said, now,
and that looks like me being intentional with carving out time to do
stuff for me.
That makes me feel restful, whether that is, like I said earlier, taking a day where I'm doing absolutely nothing but staying in the bed and watching TV.
Or
now I got me a membership to get me monthly massages and sauna time.
I did no sauna before, but
but yeah, just being intentional and being committed to it. Like we get so committed to doing tasks. The same
be committed to doing tasks.
Taking our rest and stuff like that, and getting out of that grind culture. Like I'll get rest when
6 feet under.
I want to get rest.
Or like while you sleep at 5 a.m., I'm up, blah blah blah. We got the same 24 hours. Blah,
well, that's you, boo.
That conversation.
Listen, bruh. Anyways,
I would say so. Like similar to what you said, you enjoy that brings you relaxation and rest. And one of mine is like get my nails. Although I hate sitting to get my nails done, but it is something that allows you to just doing whatever
and feeling pampered.
Right, like I be feeling like that girl.
Shout out to Cammy, classified by K.
Even if I just go walk around TJ Maxx, that is relaxation to me.
I feel that
sometimes when it's not, but I'm in there because I like one closest to us. Which one? I like the Concord one.
That one is a nice one. I do like that one.
I like that one
too.
Or like just sitting in a book, watching a show, like just doing things where I can just rest, or standing in the shower extra longer than I do. Just letting the water just.
You just be like,
especially when it's that perfect temperature.
Listen.
And you got your music going, having the whole concert in it? Girl,
that would be the best.
Sold out concert. Okay. Okay.
I may weep a little bit.
Okay. But that's rest is productive because I'm catering to my mental health, catering to my spiritual. Going like for a walk. I'm catering to my mental and physical health. Like all that.
Yeah.
So reading the book, I'm catering
intellectual health.
Yeah,
literacy, mental wellness. Like my job.
So it's just like it is being resting just as productive as, because it will help you out in the long run so that you can be productive enough to do the things that you also need to do.
Yeah, and resting is part of your physical health. That's that I always my program participants that I work with, and a lot of people, you know, when they think about health and wellness, they just think about how well we eat and how much we talks about the resting part of it, or like sleeping, for example. And people don't realize, like, say you go to bed and you sleep for hours, you get your full night's sleep, like the appropriate amount that we're supposed to get, but you wake up more tired than what you did when you went to bed, and that's because we don't properly rest. Like, our mind is still going 1,000 miles per hour. We're thinking about what we need to do tomorrow, what we need to do this weekend, next week, and we don't give the time to really shut down and relax and rest. And it's like, that is so, like, physical health, that is a key part of physical health. Even if you go exercise, they have what's called recovery days. They don't expect you to be working out 7 days a week and you have no day to recover. If you have a coach who does that, then you may need to get you another coach. But qualified coaches that I know of, even when we did that program with Kiera, she even had rest days in there, you know, maybe active rest days,
recovery days, but you're just doing like a lighter workout.
So wrapping up this conversation and just thinking about the future per se, and you know, I think a lot of our generations, we are big into breaking cycles. So thinking about that, how do you plan to give your future daughter or your godchild a healthier relationship with rest? I plan to give my,
I do have a niece, but I mean, she's older. Godchild, like I told you I'm not really only child, but I mean, there's such a age difference. So I'm an only child.
I get with you.
Niece and or godchild, a healthier relationship with rest. So I would do that by just instilling that in them from an earlier age, the same way it was instilled in us, like do this, do that, do this, blah blah blah. I'm also be like, it's okay to rest. It's okay to take a break. Breaks are okay.
It's okay.
Let's normalize breaks. Let's normalize resting. So just instilling that into them from an early age, because I mean, kids can be tired too.
Yes.
Shoot, they gotta watch out if they want to be friends with little Johnny, or even
stressing them out,
right? And then like the things that kids go through nowadays are completely different from what we went through. Like, yeah, we have bullies or maybe gangs or whatever, like when we were growing up, but it's so different now.
Now
like,
we got social media.
Yes.
Yeah.
So like it is okay to rest. And it's okay. You don't want to go to practice or
you don't want to go to school. My child probably ain't never gonna have perfect attendance.
No, because you don't feel well. Okay, boo. My too. Or you want McDonald's? I don't feel like cooking today. I'll do you one better. We gonna up and go Chick-fil-A.
We go Chick-fil-A. Okay, boo. You can have whatever you like.
Right. Like you don't want what's home either. I want a seafood bowl today. Let's go.
Come on.
I'm gonna get your own too.
Okay.
But it's just like instilling those things into them from an early age. Is like the top thing as to how I would do that. With building a healthier relationship with rest.
Yes, I definitely
and modeling it too.
Yes, I definitely agree with all of those things. Like you say, as far as modeling it, they'll know when you show them. that like if you constantly have like this grind mode 24/7, that's all they know, because you know your children, if you are a good parent, they grow up aspiring to be like you, and they want to do things like you. Model to them that it's okay, then they will take heed to that. But like you said, I just plan on instilling those things into them. Like, yes, work hard for what you need, stuff like that. But in the midst of working hard, take time to properly rest. Don't overextend yourself. Don't overdo it, because it's like, what's the purpose of working hard if you enjoy it because you're sick, or you on up out of here because you don't work yourself to death. So definitely just instilling those things in them and get a safe space for, you know, being on them like you should be doing this, you should be doing that, and stuff like that. Like, yeah, like you know, of course you want your kids' room to be clean, right, and stuff like that, but that's not gonna be something I'm gonna be like, all right, well, you're gonna be on punishment because you didn't clean your room. Like, what? Shoot, mama won't probably look. You know, so just of course not raising them to be lazy individuals, or individuals who don't care or have pride in their things and what they do, but it's just as important to let them know like it's okay to take me time. So like you said, if there's a day you say you don't feel like going to school, you need a mental health day, it's okay. Like I said, they have perfect attendance, and people may call me a soft parent. I don't care, because when it comes to my child, what came out of me, I'm gonna do what I want to do. With their father's input, but
what you do in your household, you do that there.
Okay. And who's to say how you did it was the best way to do it? You know, this. Hey, not.
That's another conversation.
That's another conversation.
And maybe we don't have the. Maybe we don't.
Or the,
because we ain't got no
kids. So
you know, I mean, let me say my lane. But you know, common sense is, you know, common. You're right, but you know, but yeah. I plan to give them a healthier relationship with rest. It's to introduce it, you know, and create that space of, you know, just letting them know that it's okay.
Just even like when they're doing homework, like, okay, this is overwhelming you, this is overstimulating you at the moment. So let's take a break from it. Let's maybe, I don't know, do something that way you can reset, regroup, and then we'll come back to it. As long as it's completed by the next school day, we're good.
But this was a good episode talking about rest. So we hope that you all, especially women, but we can't forget about me. Okay, our boy cousins. We hope that you do take the time to rest and know that it is okay. Like, be intentional about getting out of that grind culture, that grind mode. Of course, work hard for what you need and for what you want, but still make sure you taking time to rest and recover so that you are able to enjoy the fruits of your labor.
Yeah, and make sure you're, like we telling you to rest, but be intentional about it. And you gotta do it where it's the whole day. I mean, if you need to start out small. Yeah. Just do whatever. Find what works for you. Like get it done, but also rest. Great. Also, like drop in the comments or the chat wherever you're watching or listening. Like what do you do when you're resting, or what you don't do? And hope to instill that in maybe your kids or future kids, siblings, whoever, into their future.
Yes. So while you're at it, for one, don't forget to check out our previous videos. We have about 15 episodes on there. So if you haven't watched them all, go back and watch them, because I think we had some really good conversations in there. And Don't forget to like, follow, share, comment, subscribe,
Tell a friend
tell a friend
to tell another friend
about your cousins here on Couch Conversations. We will see you back for another episode next week. Bye.